All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I only have time for one video today, but I think this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to cover some fundamental thoughts about SoundHound's technology. All right, we're going to go to a place we haven't been before, but we're going to go to the fireplace and talk a little bit non-charts. All right, there was a SoundHound video that I'm going to share. You can see this is their YouTube video. All right, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the technology. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I can see happening to it and what the, potential of it is. Because there was a really interesting conversation on the Discord. Someone talked about going long and, we had a real good deep dive about, so what is the company, right? It was really cool, actually. From there, we'll talk about the technicals. I actually just ended with a couple thoughts. Where was it? I just said it. Look, I wanted this thing to close around 8:44 today, maybe 8:41. Clearly, we were about a dime below what I was looking for. So just some early thoughts there. But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term, We have our 5 moving averages. There are several horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online, comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, I am so grateful, all right? So again, what we normally do is start on the charts, but I want to come to the fireplace, all right? So, SoundHound has clearly started to jump a little bit in the hype train, right? For a number of reasons. And I mean, the biggest reason clearly is these investments from big companies, right? And what naturally happens is that's going to bring new investors. If NVIDIA is willing to put their money into SoundHound, why shouldn't I? If BlackRock is going to put their money into SoundHound, why shouldn't I, right? These are common thoughts, right? So someone said that in the Discord, that they're basically a new long holder. And, someone put a gamble emoji on it, all right? And look, I always say it in the Discord, I always say it here. We can disagree respectfully. And I mean, amazing things happen when you disagree respectfully. You know what I mean? Both sides learn. People that are quiet but just watching learn. I mean, I'm telling you, it's good to disagree, all right? And the gamble comment, I'll be honest, I actually agreed with. I thought it's a little bit of a gamble to go long here because, I mean, there's just so much unproven, right? Obviously, it's easy to say, hey, Amazon wasn't proven and this and that, but more companies do fail than become Amazon, right? That kind of led into the ultimate question of what I want to talk about, what the YouTube video from SoundHound I'm going to share. But my question was basically, so what does SoundHound do? What is the technology? And before the hype, before the pop, there were a lot of people bashing SoundHound. I know 2023 Gainers has seen all of it because there are a number of you that have been watching well before the pop that were reading some pretty nasty comments from viewers, right? And again, disagreement is good. No one was disrespectful. They were just hating on SoundHound. And I would say the worst thing I heard, which I'll never forget, someone basically called it a glorified talk to text. And in a lot of ways, that's right. But I think in the wrong context, that just sounds silly and dumb, right? And why would I, call that a $10 stock? But what I want to do is share a video directly from, and look, this is what I used to do when I was going long on stocks well before I knew about moving averages, MACD, RSIs. These colorful lines meant nothing to me in the beginning, right? And this is how I decided, right? And what I wanted to do is what the technology was. And I like this video, all right? I'm hoping the sound is captured well. Worst case, I'll share this in the comments. But again, this is directly from SoundHound. I can't believe I have more subscribers than SoundHound, by the way. That blows my mind. So you can watch the whole thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm starting at a minute 30 because the voice, he is about to speed up and do the exact same thing but significantly faster. All right, so I'm gonna move my mic just to hopefully capture sound better. Let's hit play. Oh, why are you not playing? Hold on, where's my volume? Oh, it's because the microphone. Oh, I can't capture the sound. Dang. All right, watch this video. That was poorly done. So let's come back to the fireplace. So look, let me talk about what happened. So basically, we're looking at essentially a shopping cart, right? Like you would do with what is it, like Grubhub, Instacart, whatever, right? The voice basically orders this, puts a number of comments. He ends up deleting a couple original lines. It's very much like you'll see. I'm really bad at technology. I can't believe. Look, you can kind of see it. Like it all moves. He says remove the French fries, and the French fries are gone, etc., etc. Watch this video, okay? So what do I think about the technology? So in a lot of ways, look, right now when I think of this technology, there's actually there's three names that come to mind, all right? There's Siri, which is Apple. There is, what is it? Okay, Google. I don't know what the Google name is, right? But there's a Google Voice thing from obviously Google. And then Bixby is what Samsung has, right? It would be wildly expensive for a company to use Siri, to use Bixby. Like, can you imagine how much Apple would want to share it? Even if they ever would, right? Like, let's be honest, Apple's probably not going to share their technology, right? So to partner with something existing today might not actually be realistic, all right? SoundHound could be a good solution. End of the day, I mean, we will be talking to our device. It wasn't that long ago that there was no Wi-Fi going to an air conditioning system. All of a sudden, Nest is probably in more homes than not. And from a couple of clicks, from AI magic, from Wi-Fi magic, whatever you want to call it, I'm turning on the air conditioning in the desert. I'm turning on the heater in Antarctica, right? Like, I am comfortable before I'm even in the room. So you got to believe that the next level of that's going to be, hey, voice thing, do this and that, right? And partnering with SoundHound might be an answer. For example, look, everyone uses Grubhub, everyone uses Instacart. Maybe one day I want to expand chart readers and call it cart readers and start this like online grocery company, right? I could partner with SoundHound and make that a reason for users to come to me and start stealing market share, right? SoundHound could be good for someone that's not in the industry yet. SoundHound could be good for someone that's in the industry to jump out, et cetera, right? I think the other thing that comes to mind is like a LiDAR system. Because again, I'm kind of talking EV cars right now, but a LiDAR system is what the brain is of an EV, right? It tells the thing stay in the lane and all this sort of stuff. You can develop your own, or you can buy someone else's. And there are a number of LiDAR companies out there. I don't know how many voice AI companies are out there. And again, if this one actually is the biggest one, there's a number of advantages to that, right? That alone is SoundHound. I have not talked about NVIDIA. Obviously, NVIDIA did just partner with them again. They put an announcement. They gave them an exclusive chip or something. Maybe not even exclusive. Maybe early access to the chip. Whatever it is, right? These are the things we talked about. These are the headlines we wanted to see after that first one. If NVIDIA has some shares, they have an interest for this to do well, they will probably give them technologies before they give the competition, right? It is what it is. So this is a good continuation of, again, what could be the solution that prevents companies from wasting R&D dollars, wasting engineering time from doing this instead of that, right? And obviously avoiding these crazy costly partnerships with a big name like a Samsung and this and that, right? So SoundHound has an interesting little niche. I don't think the niche is widely adopted yet. Obviously, I don't even know if they're making revenue. I don't even know if they have any partners and stuff. If you can let me know, I would love that, right? Like, I don't know if anyone's actually using this technology today. I don't even know if it's still being tested and validated and stuff, right? There were a lot of mentions on the Discord about patents. I'll tell you that much. So there are a bunch of SoundHound patents, and this was a different one. They do have a ton of patents, and this is kind of where we started talking about patents, right? But again, if the technology is easy to rip off, obviously others will come, right? If it is actually really hard to replicate, oh man, that's amazing, right? And again, I think it just goes to say that I've only named three companies that are actually doing anything like this, right? So it's not really like this is super, super readily available, right? So in some ways, it makes me kind of think it is a little bit hard to do because not everybody's been doing it, right? So that was kind of my fundamental thought on the technology, right? And again, if you're going long on SoundHound, I gotta believe this is a technology sector. It's a software application stock. You better know the software and the tech better than I just try to explain it, right? So I would love some extra details for sure, but 10 minutes, 20 seconds is where I will do the next chapter, and let's get into the technicals, all right? So just in case you fast forwarded, hey, if you can please subscribe, if you can please share this video, it does amazing things with the algorithms, all right? So SoundHound, 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 all right? The biggest thing I want to stress is this thing is riding the 8 moving average like a champion. All right. I say that about stocks across every single sector when they do it. And I mean, there are a lot of lines, and part of me wants to start deleting some. Look, I'm actually going to start deleting a couple lines. I don't want to delete all of them, but let's get rid of these ones because I've got moving averages down here. One was at 4, one was basically around these two. I think these are some good lines right here. What we've basically done, again, was we broke all the moving averages and we've just started bouncing on the 8 like a champion. We definitely slip under, but we never confirm, right? We have yet to use the 20 moving average, and I talked about it on the last run right here, okay? We go up only using the 8, and then we quickly lose the 20 moving average like a hot knife through butter. You can actually see the same basic thing right here. It's not as drastic because it kind of seemingly goes back up, but yeah, to me, that's a quick loss. That's an extremely quick loss, and I'm still very much just keeping that in the back pocket with the 20. But so far, all we've been doing is riding the 8 moving average like a champ. And again, it's the bare bone reason why I love the 8 moving average, let alone using the 8 and the 20, in conjunction, right? Someone today on Discord asked, all right, I'm just gonna go to it because I 6. Someone asked in the Discord, is it possible for SoundHound to drop to 6? All right, my answer is this, and look. Everything is possible in the market. If anyone was to tell you no, that's a blatant, like, this thing can go to 0.00, right? Like, never forget that. We are in a gambling world that we call the stock market. So everything is possible, all right? That said, we have some things that can save SoundHound before ever touching 6, all right? We have the 8 moving average. All right, we have this 661 line that I think is a strong line. We even have the 20 moving average sitting at 660 at 633. So between 2 moving averages and 1 resistance, even 2. Let's be honest. There's actually 4 things. We have not lost this 779 line, right? So we have 4 supports before we have $6 worries, right? So that's why my answer to that was just I don't think so. But for sure it could go down to 6. You lose this 20, we might fall all the way down to 3 something, right? So a lot can happen, but that's why we use our support lines. That's why that's why we use the resistance lines, right? To kind of guess where we're going up and down, right? So what am I looking at now? So let's go back to a comment that I let off on the video, all right? I don't need to go back to it. I really wanted this thing to close just a little bit better, all right? There were 2 things I was looking for. Right here is roughly, let's even go, oh man, hold on, get out of here. Maybe the number's a little lower than I thought. I didn't zoom in when I do it. I like to click from out. I really wanted to regain about half of the last green candle, all right? It looks like the number was actually 837. I kind of thought it was a little higher. I was saying 841-ish. Either way, we still closed a couple pennies below it, right? But yeah, I really wanted us to regain that number. Truth be told, I would have been crazy bullish if we regained about half of the red one, because you can see that's almost all of this one as well, right? So my real love would have been 860-ish, right? I was looking for basically that 840 number, give or take. 841 is actually what I clicked, so is what I said on the Discord. So in terms of candle to candle, yeah, I wish it did a little better. Look, I am still seeing a stock that's over the 8 moving average. All right. I really need it to fall. And when I say fall, you know I mean close, right? Because look, I'm just going to show another stock real quick. All right. Veritone. This thing dropped on a single day so much in the morning. Yo, I got scared. I am actually in this one. I'll be honest with you. I was so scared. I can't even pretend. Because look, I was hunting, break all the moving averages and fly, right? That's what I was expecting to happen here. This thing came all the way down. I easily could have panic sell. I know I would have easily panic sell back in the day. I waited, it recovered, it told me not to sell. Man, so far so good, right? So with SoundHound, I'm letting the 8 moving average do that. This is a bullish chart. It is. This is an 8 that's still going up, a 20 that's still going up, a 50 that's still going up, a 100 that's still going up, and it looks like the 200 is about to go up. This is still a healthy 61. I wish green over red was consistent across both the MACD and RSI. But yeah, so far I gotta give respect to the moving averages, right? So right now I'm seeing us over the resistance. I'm seeing us over the 8 moving average. I'm holding that. Again, do I trust the 20 as much as I do on most other stocks? No. This is scary and that's scary, right? So if we lose that 8, and I think lose this day, if we go below 728, which was the open of Wednesday last week, that's when I think I'll start to get scared, because that's when I'm going to start thinking about this 661 and this 20. And again, as I start thinking the 20, my fear is a hot knife, right? Because end of the day, as much as I love red, 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 red to green, 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 this is green, 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 green to red, 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 right? That is a very real possibility. And like I kind of just mentioned a little bit earlier, you lose the 8, you go to the 20. You lose the 20, you go to the 50. That's a scary fall, right? So we don't want to lose that by any means, but as long as we're holding, I'm good, all right? Clearly, we need to get over, roughly $9, right? We got to get over. No, you know what? I still like my number, and I still think it's this number. I think the money line right now is basically 860. Let's call it 866. A couple pennies above. I think if we can smash through 866, I still believe this is a very easy channel. Yeah, it's definitely taken a lot longer for us to do it than I expected. I can't pretend that's not the case. But again, this silly little after hours run, I think messed up a couple things. But nonetheless, get me over that 860, 66-ish number, and red, 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 green, 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 green is what I'm going to be expecting, right? So, last thing I want to talk about is volume. All right. Now, I think it's easy to look at it like that and worry a little bit about decreasing volume. But truth be told, this 50-day average has been rising relatively exponentially. All right. It wasn't that long ago. Look at this thing. The white line in the third to last box. The average 50 on volume was 8 million shares. What, a month ago, give or take, a month and a half ago? We are now at a average of 62. We have 8x'd our average volume, and this thing's pretty much holding it. I think that speaks a little bit louder to me than these couple days. Look, you know I don't like decreasing volume, especially when it looks consistent, and that to me screams death by 1,000 cuts, right? But I'm watching this 50 line go up and up and up, and SoundHound maintain. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 thought on volume. It's almost a 50-50 thought on the MACD and RSI. Just again, the discrepancy between the green and the red. I don't like that, right? But I'm seeing a strong 8 moving average, and I have to give that line the respect it deserves until the stock tells me otherwise, right? So nothing fantastic in after hours. It's definitely a little drop. I don't think it's anything worth being scared of. I wish I said this sooner, but I think this is a perfect place to end. Tomorrow, Powell is speaking, all right? It is the FOMO, I don't know what FOMO stands for, dang. But Powell controls a lot in the market, all right? We came into 2024 expecting multiple rate cuts, not a single one, multiple. We did not get one on the first one. I mean, people are actually talking about a rate increase on the next one, right? So I was honest. There was a question that someone was just honest. They don't know what happens when, like, what, I have no clue about the impact of rates and this and that. I replied to it. I have no idea either. Where is it? Where is it? I want to make sure you all know I don't pretend to be smarter than I am. Come on, baby. I don't. Dang. Dang. I don't. I don't know either, right? Real quick. Oh my gosh, where is it? See, sometimes I try to script things, and I should script things instead of doing them loosely. But look, I don't know. I am not an economic major. I am not this, like, I don't know stuff like this. But I do know this: if we were expecting rate cuts, a flat hold is not good, let alone an increase, right? So today had a lot of setups that didn't really go. I'm blaming it on a little bit of worry of what might happen tomorrow. Let's see what Powell says. All right. The last thing I'll flash to is Nvidia. All right. Nvidia has almost lost the 8, but look, this is a stock that used the 20 before. Didn't actually really have to use it today necessarily, but kind of did. And lo and behold, it's right back above it, right? So this one, as long as it's over both the 8 and the 20, I'm assuming good things, all right? And really, if this loses the 20, my first thought isn't it's dropping all the way to the 50. My first thought is it's going to hold 800. After 800, I think it'll maybe go to 770. Like, there are more resistances than the average bear on a big boy or a big girl for my ladies out there like Nvidia, all right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Oh, I appreciate you all so much.